Welcome to UserAndI, the channel where I explore all things UX and UI design. And today I'm going to take you through the many ways to add padding to your designs in Figma. So to start things off, I'm going to make a button. I'm going to call that Shop Now. I'm going to center align that on the page, just so we know where it is. And what you'll see immediately is that there aren't any padding options just yet, and that's because this is a text element at the moment. So what we're going to do, using Command G, I'm going to group the elements. It's now a group, and then we're going to apply auto layout. And what you'll see down here is that we can now add padding to our element. So what I'll do is that I'm going to give this a background color, and down here, because the selection colors, because we've selected this shape, Figma is now reading that our selection colors, that's the background and that's the text color. So I'm going to change that to white, and that updates perfectly. So let's start adding some padding. The first way is that we can click in here and we can just increase it with our mouse, with our keyboard, sorry. And what that does is that it adds padding on either side. This horizontal line here and this this vertical line here and this vertical line here tells us that we're adding padding to the left and the right hand side, hence the pink lines that we have there. And we can click into this one and that will give us padding at the top and the bottom because the horizontal line is above and below. The rectangle in the middle communicates that it's this text element inside here. So that's one way, using our arrow keys and clicking in here. The other way we can add padding is we can hover over this element here, over the icon, and we can increase and decrease by dragging back and forth. And we can do that on both. So that's option number 2. The third way we can do this, if we want each edge to be independent of each other, is that we can click this button here, but if we hover over it, we can see that it already says independent paddings. So what you're now able to do is add padding on the left hand side separate to the right hand side, and the same with the top and the bottom. So that's way number 3. And then if we close this now, what you will find is that Figma separates the left and the right by showing with a comma, by showing you where the padding is. So if you wanted to increase them and decrease them at the same time, but with the same increment of the previous setting, you can press up and down, or you can simply drag and it will do exactly the same thing by maintaining the same increment. And you can do that on the top and the bottom as well. Now what if you wanted to go back to affecting each side at the same time? Well, if you click in here and press 0, and then you can return back up by pressing up and down. What I'm doing here to increment by 10 is holding shift, pressing up, and then holding shift, pressing down. So that's a quick shortcut you can use to increase and decrease the amount of padding. I hope that's helped. Let me know in the comments below if you'll be adding padding to your next design.